How's it going, guys? Welcome back to Quinton and the Gun Guy. We're doing a review today. It's been a while since I did a review, but it's going to be an interesting one. Something that's quite different to the market or where the market is going currently. Now, any outdoorsman has one of these, a lead lenser in their either backpack or cupboard or somewhere. So, lead lenser, that was, I wouldn't say the gold standard, but that was like the standard of most people having an outdoor flashlight. So various variants of this little lead lenser. This is the T7.2. This is the tactical one, just meaning that the focus can lock. Nothing too serious. But this has competition in the market now in the form of the Trustfire Z9 Zoom from Torch SA. Stick around, we're going to review this today. As with all my reviews, I'll be going through things that I like about this flashlight, any interesting features, and then what I don't like about this, and general thoughts. So this is the part where you decide if you want to carry on watching this video or not. So let's go through some specs. It uses a 18650 battery, so you aren't going to battle with getting batteries for it. It does have a charging port, but I'll get to that later once we get to the close-ups, because it is hidden, which is quite cool. As I said previously, this is a focusable beam like the lead lens is, so it means that it's got a telescopic lens that goes in and out. Because of this feature though, the problem is that it's not going to be submersible, so you won't be able to use it underwater because of this feature of it moving. Also, the problem with this is dust. Eventually, in a high dust scenario, this is going to accumulate dust on your lens. So nothing too serious. The lens is convex, so you'll see that later why it's important for the zooming part. Maximum lumens is 600. On that runtime, it's going to be 100 minutes. Once it steps down, because it is adjustable with the tail switch, it is adjustable. It goes down to 230 lumens. And then light tap again of the tail switch, and it goes to a strobe function. So let's check that out first. So initial on is going to be full power. Light tap is going to bring it down to 230 lumens. Light tap again is going to go to strobe. So if you switch it on again, it has a memory function. It's going to go to your last setting. So I just use it on full power mode because 600 lumens isn't that bad. And then the candelas, you can basically control the output sort of, but the rated candelas is 6300, because candelas usually gives you what kind of beam it has, if it's a focus beam or not. With this, you can control that focus. You can either make it a flood, opening it up, or you can bring it in close, more like a inspection kind of light. But we'll check that out with the beam shots later. All of these flashlights, it has to be aviation grade aluminium. That's just for build quality. As you can see, that the heat sinks on this is very aggressive, which means that it is going to manage heat very nicely. So it shouldn't be able to, or it should be able to control the heat very nicely, and it shouldn't drop the lumens down too badly. I think this should be able to maintain the 600 lumens for the duration of that 100 minutes, depending on temperature, of course. LED, I can't really find information on that, but it says it's an XM-L2 LED. No idea what that means. Yeah, it's just a cool little flashlight. It looks like a lightsaber, which yeah, I'm a bit of a Star Wars nerd. Anyway, moving on. Looks like a lightsaber. It looks very different to anything else on the market. This definitely is a long-term review as well. It's not an unboxing review. I don't even have the box anymore. I've had this flashlight for so long. So it's going on just over 6 months that I've had this flashlight. So this definitely is an educated opinion. It's not an initial impressions like most people do on YouTube. So let's go for the close-ups, and I'll show you this flashlight a bit more detailed. Now let's go for a closer look on this flashlight. This says Z9, which is the model. It's the Z9 Zoom on the Torch SA website. It says micro USB, so that's a charging port, and it says Trustfire. So Trustfire really making a good name in the South African market. So just general look, it has a tail switch, and it has these protectors on the side, which means that it is able to stand upright. So I'm catching the lanyard there. It is able to stand upright. Cool thing about this feature is that if you want to, let's go to low power setting. If you want to use the umbrella function during load shedding and then cast a light in the whole room, then it's able to do that. Getting to the battery, you just screw off the tail cap, and then it reveals the battery on this side. So battery is going to be, as stated, an 18650. Yeah, readily available from most places. But yeah, Torch SA sells them at a really good price. As stated, this looks like a freaking lightsaber. How cool is the look of this flashlight? It does look a bit bulky. It fits nicely into my hands. Let's compare it to the Adamantium Skimming. This is available also from Torch SA. So closed up, it's, well, just slightly bigger. Opened up, it's smaller than the Adamantium Skimming, but it has that telescopic function. So very close to the same size, not there just yet. But yeah, still a good size flashlight, fits nicely into the hand, or with the iceberg grip working that tail switch, which is very nice. So heat sinks, as we said, that's very aggressive, so it should be able to maintain the heat or maintain the temperature of the LED very nicely, managing that heat on the flashlight. So telescopic, getting to that charging port, you pull it out all the way, and then from there what you do is you just simultaneously pulling and rotating, it opens up the charging port there, which is actually quite interesting. Let's get to the light. Yeah, so that's the charging port. If you want to close it back up, you just screw it until it stops going in, and now it's on the normal function again. So how cool is that? It has a hidden compartment for that charging place. Yeah, as stated, if you want to go through the mode, you just press the tail switch. That's the last setting. Light tap goes to full power. Light tap, reduce power to 230 lumens. Light tap, it goes to full power strobe. Now let's do those beam shots. So starting off with the flood function. This is on maximum lumens. Let's bring it down, and you can see how interesting this focused beam is. How cool is that? So you can either choose a just focus beam like that. There's my rose bush, which is suffering in winter. Or if you keep on focusing, it actually opens it up. Sorry, wrong way. It has a focused inside, but still a flood on the outside, which is actually quite cool. So let's just go to normal usable kind of flood. Light tap is going to bring it down to something a bit weaker, meaning the 230 lumens, or tap again, that's going to be the strobe. So this is maximum power. From strobe, it always goes to maximum power again. How cool is that? So this is on 5 meters. Let's move on to the 25 meters one. As you can see, this is the slightly focused beam, and there I can really focus in and do an inspection or focus on anything a bit further away. Problem is with the focused one is it doesn't really show nicely on the video. See, there's my little Scotchy dog, but it is actually very nasty, and you can still identify color, so it's not as aggressive as a lot of the other high candela flashlights are. Let's move on to the furthest distance. Now that is going to be the 30 meters mark. Open it up, that's in full-on flood mode. Let's close it back down, focusing that beam. That's on 35 meters, and moving past that, as you can see the wall on the far side, that's around 40 meters. Nice and focused beam, working very nicely for just basically utilitarian kind of stuff. So that was the beam shots from outside in my garden. What did you guys think about this flashlight zoomability? I think this is actually quite a cool feature. It's zoomable, and you can control the power setting that it puts out. I think that gives you quite a lot of control in such a small package. It's not pretentious at all. It's just a normal utility flashlight. It doesn't say tactical, but what I did see on some of the other websites like AliExpress and I can't remember which other one it was. It says that it's a tactical flashlight. So nowhere on Torch SA's website will you see the words tactical describing this flashlight, because it's not. If this was described as a tactical flashlight, it would not have survived my testing. Now I beat the living daylights I beat the living daylights out of a flashlight if it says tactical. Now, if you've seen my test of the T11R from Trustfire, the Brennite PT 28 Pro. No, sorry, the PT18. I've got the bigger one. The PT18 Pro Oathkeeper. Then you know that I really test a flashlight that says tactical. So I beat the living daylights out of this. This is only drop tested. I think if I really did my normal test on this, it would not have survived. So this is really just a utilitarian flashlight, just for utility use, and it works very well for that. As stated, it's not pretentious. It's going to work great for camping, for any outdoor activity. Just be careful. I think it is splash proof. Don't quote me on this, but I think it is splash proof because it does have a seal inside, but it's not submersible. So rather not submerge this flashlight. It might not survive. Retail on this is 599 Rand, which I think is a very good price for this package, which puts it quite in the range of the LED lenses as well. It's around that pricing range as well. So as stated, not pretentious, and it's an interesting flashlight to add to your collection. It's not really an everyday carry kind of flashlight. It's just like the stay in a car or keep it in a backpack for when you need it kind of flashlight, when you really need to be the light in someone's life. Anyway guys, hope you guys enjoyed this review of this flashlight. As stated, I've had it for a while, and this is definitely an educated opinion and not an unboxing, because I really like testing this stuff before I review it. Like, share, subscribe, all those cool things, and I'll see you guys later. Cheers.